Hi friends, viewers of this channel, welcome you all for this wonderful episodes in conversation with a celebrity. I'm going to today interact with Doctor by name Dr. Raja Amarnath. You've been doing a wonderful service through your organization. I'm very happy to know that you are the managing director of an organization called SIPACA. So I would like to move on to the next question, which is to know more about what is SIPACA and what is the main purpose of this organization. Would you be able to share some thoughts on that?
SIPACA also has a big story behind. There will be some sort of deep-seated thinking or pain for some time in people. Suddenly something happens and it changes. I was a happy doctor. Whatever I lost in my studies, PG days, I got it now. A high-tech hospital, everything at is available at your disposal. All the technology is available. As far as the medical care is concerned, whatever you would want to do, you are able to do it, provided the patient is affordable. One day I was counseling a wife of a patient. He was brought from Assam for fits. The diagnosis was already made there. It was a TB infection in the brain. So with fits and all, he was brought here. He was kept in the ICU. He was being maintained. And only one attender was there with him, and she was his wife. I used to counsel every day. As I was talking to her, she collapsed. So I was wondering, what would have happened. And of course, being a doctor and all the nurses are in and around, we just put her on a bed and saw her BP was a little low, and then everything was okay. We found out that she had not eaten for last 2 days. Then I asked her, your husband was not that sick, he was also improving. Why were you not eating? The money, the budget with which they came got over 3-4 days ago. And whatever the little money she had, because somebody was trying at her native place to somehow arrange some more fund for them to get treated. And whatever the little amount she had, because the husband is in the ICU and he was fighting for life. So she thought his medicines are more important than her own food. So she ended up paying the entire bill. And she had literally no money to eat. And she had not eaten for last 3 days. That was again a blow to my inner conscience. That I was always thinking to do something. Now I became comfortable as a consultant in a big hospital, going happily. Everything is handy. Just you give orders, there are people to take care of. So that is when I started thinking, what is the gap? Why they have to come from such place to this place? So when you go back and check the statistics of what's going on in India as such as a developing country, this has been my famous statement after that. 70% of Indian population is in rural areas, and 70% of the doctors and specialists are in cities. Why is that so? Is because one thing is there is no platform for everybody to have their professional satisfaction, number one. Number two, of course, people, they feel that they may not be able to generate financially a viable life in rural areas. These are the two factors. That's what I observed in that. And more importantly, when you go to a village and you want to do something in a village, in a rural area, who will take the trouble of providing all the high-tech services? Then I did some small observation that there is no high-tech required in rural areas. Their problems are different from those of cities. Rural areas, major problems are snake bites, poisonings, organ failures, infections, small injuries. These are the things. A cancer patient or a cardiac surgery or a big neurosurgery or a transplantation or a knee joint replacement, these things need not be handled at there. For them, time is life. If you have a problem in a rural area and you don't provide the services nearby, from there to transport to some other, even the nearby place, if that takes 1 hour, that 1 hour is a golden time in emergency. So then I discussed with my colleague doctors who share my passion, So they said, okay, it's not a bad idea to try fill the gap in rural areas. Let us try to do something in rural areas for India. After all, we all hail from rural areas. Okay, our parents, everybody was from rural areas. We are from a lower middle class background. So then we founded this organization called CIPACA. CIPACA, which means Chennai Interventional Pulmonology and Critical Care Associates. Although we thought of making a combination of lung specialists as well as ICU doctors, slowly based on the need, CIPACA has become a complete ICU organization where every single hospital in rural areas, they have started asking us, saying, we need your services. So what we do is, we don't go and start a hospital. That is not our goal. Our goal is not to start a hospital and build up all the services and either you serve or you generate a business. It's not our idea. Our idea is to, as soon as possible, as fast as possible, as economically as possible, you bridge the gap and provide the life saving ICU services in rural areas at the doorstep of the rural people. So that is how is it possible? You connect with the hospitals in rural areas, whoever needs ICU services, you do shop in shop model. You put ICU in other hospital and start running it. In that way you are also helping the hospital and also you are serving the rural mankind who are living over there. So that is how our journey began in CIPACA.
Excellent. So your journey has started about 5 years ago on this rural services of ICU?
Yes sir, we started in the year I think 2015. 2015 we founded this and 2016 onwards we have been actively into this. Yes, we are also operating in a metropolitan city like Chennai because you need a backup team from here. But predominantly our goal and our entire efforts are in the rural areas. So we have currently around 10 locations and total around 250 odd beds that we manage. You can say it's an average large hospital of 250 beds of ICU, entire ICU and emergency beds, but which is not at one place. It is at different places in Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. And every day you can say around 100 odd people, they come with their emergency problems. And I must say, all these people who come to emergency or ICU who are saved. That means our clock is ticking with saving lives of at least 100 to 150 people every single day.
That's really interesting, Dr. Raja, and I'm sure you would have at least reached out about 10 plus locations across the southern states because you are operating from Chennai now.
Yes sir. So the model is, we have on-site ICU teams, doctors, nurses, everybody, and then we have a backup tele-ICU team who will be monitoring the entire system, and as and when required they also give their professional opinion and guidance. So that our tagline, our entire service, if you want me to define in one single sentence, is that Chennai level services, ICU services at the doorstep of rural India.
Oh, okay, fantastic. So what a rich man enjoys as a medical treatment in Chennai city in a corporate hospital can be delivered at the rural hospitals through CIPACA is what you meant, I guess. So that's really fantastic. And viewers, I think we are going to have a very interesting conversation with Dr. Raja Amarnath going forward. I have a lot of questions, especially during these COVID days, since Dr. Raja is also visiting COVID patients in Apollo Hospital's Vanagaram unit. Obviously, he has got a lot of insights, a lot of suggestions, advice to be offered to all the general public. And I look forward to interact with Dr. Raja more and more in the coming episodes. So please do watch these episodes, and I would request all the viewers and people who are watching this, kindly ask as many number of questions as possible in the YouTube channel in the description below in the comment section. So those questions, on behalf of you, I am going to ask Dr. Raja to get more and more insights about how we can take care of ourselves and our kin and kith to save this country, save this nation, save this entire world. With this, Dr. Raja, thank you very much for your precious time, because you have busy schedules. So I'd like to come back to you for one more session down the line and take it forward. So is that fine with you?
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.